Hey guys, it's Kevin bromancing-the-stone. Sorry I've been gone for a while. The holidays are kind of busy. But yeah, I'm back. I had a lot of you guys asking when the next video is going to be. I had kind of a crazy day today, so I'm doing it a little later than normal, which is why I don't have my normal setup. But yeah, here I am. I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk about for this video because it's been a while. And I noticed for the past couple of weeks I've been getting a lot of asks concerning confidence and where I strive to get all of mine from, and I thought it was really important because honestly, for a very long time, that's what my blog was mostly about. I mean, aside from reblogging the hot dudes that I'm trying to look like, it was a lot of it was trying to proclaim that kind of thing and to differentiate between what is, loving yourself and accepting yourself and having confidence versus what a lot of people will consider arrogance or being conceited or stuff like that. I get that. I've gotten that a lot, actually. I've gotten a lot of people who ask, how do I not come off as arrogant, or people will say that they're starting to think of themselves in a more positive light, and their friends will tell them, oh God, you're acting so conceited. And yeah, I mean, I feel like that's really important, and it can be a very interesting issue because I feel like for a long time people have started associating self-deprecation with humility, and that's just not what it is. So for me, at least the way I like to explain it is when I receive a compliment, I'll take it. And there are certain compliments that I get that I'm very aware of and that I know are true. However, there's a very big difference between accepting yourself and liking yourself and thinking that you're better than other people for it. There are a lot of handsome people in the world, a lot of really good-looking people. And the thing about looks is that, and especially towards yourself, you shouldn't be comparing. You really shouldn't. I mean, you look at someone like, your usual Hollywood heartthrobs. You see George Clooney and Brad Pitt. They're both handsome. You don't really compare them. And it comes down to looks. There will be people who, find certain people attractive and not others, and it's just not about comparison. That's a very big important thing. If you're trying to base your self-confidence and you're comparing yourself to others, you really can't. Like if I compared myself to most of the guys that I aesthetically I want my body goals to get to that, or a lot of the other bloggers who have gotten to know, it's not something you want to do is compare. You have to accept your differences and like what you've got. So that's a big thing. That's one. And if you have friends who are reacting to you liking yourself and to you accepting compliments, and they're reacting poorly to it, they're not your friends, and you should really be investing your time in finding better people to surround yourself with, because that's really important too. You really shouldn't let other people be in charge of how you feel about yourself, and I mean, it definitely helps to be surrounded by good people. Overall, it's called self-esteem and self-worth for a reason. It's something you give yourself, and if you put it in the hands of others, they're going to take it away from you just as easily as they give it. So that's very important that people get that. So another thing, and this is a big trend I've been seeing lately, and these posts bug me because there are people like this in the world. Those text messaging posts I've seen on Tumblr where a guy will go on one of the dating apps, and straight guys and gay guys do this just as much, and that is our male privilege coming to light. And it's the one where someone will message you on Grindr or Tinder or what have you, or even just a plain text message, and they'll compliment you, and the person says, "Thank you, I know," even jokingly, and the person replies with, "Oh, geez, that's not cute, don't be conceited." Obviously, clearly, you shouldn't be talking to those kinds of people, and it's, again, it just comes down to insecurity. You have to be able to take compliments, and you have to give yourself credit for the things that you have, whether you're in control of them or not. Whether you're born attractive or you work your ass off at it, if you get a compliment, take it. Don't feel the need to self-deprecate and say you're not, because then you're making a liar out of yourself. Obviously, somebody thinks that, and there's nothing wrong with accepting it. So, I mean, the last thing is and this is something that I got a lot last night and today. People have to stop putting their self-worth and comparing it to how sexually attractive and sexually desired they are. People telling you they want to have sex with you is not a compliment. Stop. It's dumb. And if you think that's going to solve any of your problems, that's crazy. It's not. Sex is nice. It's fun. It's something we all think about. But if if you're letting that define you, if you're letting it have such a big impact in your life, you're really not in the place to be having sex anyway. Um, so yeah, I mean, it really works both ways in that sense because if you feel like you're not attractive and you're going after someone based on their looks, and you'll see a lot of these guys, for some of you, I'm one of those guys who will randomly get messages concerning like people telling you they want to have sex with you. And I've seen a lot of other guys who I happen to think are great guys, but they get a lot of flack every now and then. It comes down to the fact that they don't reply to those kinds of messages necessarily. And you know, if you're a good-looking guy, if you're a good-looking person, you're used to people telling you that, and that's how you realize it's not much of a compliment that people are telling you that. And whether the guy or the person posts a picture of themselves, whether they're half naked or completely naked or whatever, it's or even if me, I know I do it. If I post that I want to have sex or something, there's still a part of it that I want to have sex with somebody who I find attractive. I'm not gonna react politely to an anonymous person who I have never displayed any form of attraction toward. I'm not gonna respond to that positively. Nobody else is. So it doesn't make them assholes. And I feel like that's a big disparity because people tend to think, oh, this person is attractive, they must be an asshole. That's bullshit. If you have people saying those kinds of things to you, I mean, one thing is when people give you a compliment and they say you're handsome. That's nice. That's fine. But telling someone you just want to fuck them, that's not a compliment. So, work on that. And if you're defining your self-worth based on how much people do or don't want to have sex with you, reevaluate your priorities. It's not healthy. So yeah, reblog this and subscribe to my channel. Bromancing-the-Stone is probably the easiest way to find it. And yeah, if there's something you want me to talk about specifically, I'm more than happy to answer those questions on here too. And yeah, thanks.